also like me talking about the family. So it kind of escalated to a situation to where it was almost going to be a fight, but we avoided it, we broke it off, and they moved on. They did their thing. In my head, I thought it was because Jay had texted me prior to that, telling me, "Yo, get off live, you bum. You keep talking smack on the internet. Fight me." Literally instigating, saying, "Fight me." I'm like, bro, if you want to fight, you know where I'm at. I'm here all the time. I'm always here, not hiding. You can see my car in the showroom. Like, I'm always here. So I was prepared. I was like, listen, I need my friends to back me up just in case something happens. Um, so that's when when that confrontation happened. I had my friends backing me up, like just in case if shit went down, we were prepared for it. So after that confrontation with the wife's family, right? Um, this is where it gets juicy. Okay, this is where it gets juicy. Jay is messaging somebody that we know, saying, "Yo, where's MJ? Is he by himself?" And he's messaging him, telling him MJ is by himself. Um, I wasn't by myself, but we were trying to get Jay to just come and just deal with the situation because everybody's having like a problem to meet with Jay. He's scared. He doesn't want to get set up. See, my intentions are never to set anybody up. Okay, I never jump people. I just like to be secured in case something happens to me, because it could have been a possibility that Jay would pull up with a gang. So I'm not gonna be unprepared like that. So, anyways, we're literally hanging out till like 2 a.m. and it gets to the point where we give up and we're like, "Yo, he's playing with us. He's not coming. Jay's playing with us. He's not coming." So it turns out there was secretly two guys actually watching the spot. And
How did you find that out?
I'm always like mad paranoid. So like you see that car right there, could possibly be somebody watching me while I'm on live. You know, I know that people are like investigating on me. They're watching my every move. But if you can see that car, that looks suspicious. They're probably watching me right now for all I know. But anyways, yeah, there was a situation where there was actually people watching me, waiting for me to go home. So as soon as I got home, I got a call from Jay, and he goes, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "Yo, what's your problem?" I'm like, "What's your problem? Like, you're the one threatening to come and fight me, and you did all this for nothing." And he goes, "Bro, that wasn't me." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Bro, that wasn't me. That was he said I wasn't texting you. It was probably someone trying to pretend to be me."
For the team.
Yeah, he tricked me. He was trying to act like nothing was wrong. So I'm like, "You sure?" He's smiling, he's laughing. He's like, "Nah, man. Why would I do that to you, man? I don't care about you, bro." He's like saying, like, you're irrelevant. You're nobody. Like, you're like a little guy. Like, you know how many people, the trolls I have? Why would I care about you? I was like, all right. So if you don't have a problem, then why don't you face me man to man, one on one, me and you, and let's talk it out. Let's see what we could do to dissolve our disputes, because he didn't owe me money. It was just like a personal vendetta. You know what I mean? Okay. I really feel like I'm being watched right now. I'm never kidding.
Yeah, you are being watched. It's 900.
No, I mean like
watching you.
outside of my shop, like people pass by. Well, I mean, I have a nice car, so when people see the car, they're like, "Oh shit, yo, look at that Audi though, wow." So I always feel like it could be someone just looking at me, or they're looking at the car. I don't know. But so we decide we're going to meet up. We're going to meet up at the Alexander, and I'm like, "All right, man, I'm by myself. Are you by yourself?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm by myself." I'm like, "All right, I'll come through. We'll chill.
What time is
grab
this?
a drink." This was like at 3 a.m.
What the hell are you
This is
doing
weird.
awake at 3 a.m.?
Oh, I'm always awake, man. I'm always awake. I'm always awake. I'm always drinking this, okay? This keeps me up all night. Honestly, I don't go to sleep till like 8 o'clock.
Crazy.
I'm doing my raps, So
So you meet
I
up
go
with
and
him.
meet up with him. So look, I'm gonna go up to the point where there is no violence story there, just because I don't want to talk about that situation. I'm gonna talk I'm going to confirm everything that was said in the articles is true. Okay. What happened was I this is where I feel like I slipped up. He goes, yo, let's go in my car. Let's go for a ride. Let's go to 7-Eleven. We'll grab a drink and we'll chill. So, mind you, the article did say that he picked me up from 7-Eleven. No, he didn't pick me up from 7-Eleven. We went to 7-Eleven. That was what really happened. So we're driving and we're talking, and I'm telling him like this is my moment where I'm like, yo, I have him in front of me. I could ask him questions and like pick his brain. So I'm like, Jabata, what are you doing? Like, what do you want out of your life, man? Like, why are you doing all this? He goes, yo, you really think I took 18 million from the mosque? You really think I took 18 million and walked out of the mosque? I'm pretty sure that's not.
The funny thing
how it
is,
happened.
nobody ever said. The funny thing, nobody ever said that the masjid was owed $18 million. That's the funny thing. And
It was like over exaggerated number.
No, but that was from him. He's the one who said he got robbed for $18 million. We have it on recording. We're just see. The thing is, a lot of our the very little sit downs or the its and bits that we did get from them, or the recordings that we did get from them, they're all in Arabic. So it takes a little while, and they're all in Palestinian dialect. So it takes a little while to get somebody to properly translate and write them. But we're going to be releasing those audios very shortly as well. But go ahead.
Okay, so man, these people are just getting real sus. I'm just paranoid. So, anyways, blah blah blah. Where was I?
You met up with him. He said,
I
"Go
was
get a
sitting
cup
in the
of coffee."
car. I was sitting in the car with him, and I'm just asking questions. I'm like, why is this? Why are they saying this about you? Like, I was like, listen, you could be honest with me. I was like, I told him straight up. I was like, bro, I'm here by myself, okay? If I really wanted to set you up, you would have been jumped by now already. So I was like, listen, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just here to talk to you. I just really want to understand what is your anger towards me, because at the end of the day, everybody's exposing you. You're already exposed, so I can't. There's nothing that I can do to trigger you. But I do feel like he was triggered by other comments that I have said when it was regards to the family. But at the end of the day, I never once threatened anybody's life, ever. I will never do that. It's not in my nature to do that. I do not have a history of threatening and assaulting and violence. I don't have any of that. So it's like at that point, it's more of like a personal thing with him. I don't understand why I'm the one guy that gets under his skin, but it's
Your speaker's being muffled, MJ.
oh, you hear me better now? Okay. I keep moving my hand in the way, and then it starts to do that. So we're talking, and everything. The conversation is like completely normal. We're not even yelling at each other. He's not really even giving me that much information, and I realized that. I was like, yo, this kid's hiding something. He's fronting. And at one point, I was like, bro, you better stop capping, and you better tell us the truth. You know damn well you trying to be a rapper. You know you about to drop that album, okay? Just do it already. If that's what you really want to do with your life, just be a rapper. Maybe you probably make a lot of money just being a rapper. Just stop the scamming. Like, is this scamming a part of your rap career? You know what I mean? Are you trying to relate to all these other rappers that rap about scamming and all this stuff? Is that what's going on here? He goes, nah, man, I don't want to be a rapper. So I'm like, why are you always rhyming and writing poetry and all this stuff? Like, what is going on with you? Like, tell the truth. Like, stop playing with us. He's like, no, he's just denying everything. So I'm like, okay. So this is where, we get to 7-Eleven, and he goes, oh, I'm picking up my wife. So I'm like, all right. So we go, we park, and he looks in the back. He goes, hey, Jew, yeah, come here. So when it comes to like someone's wife or their girlfriend, if they're getting in the car, I don't look back, like, out of respect. Like, you know, I should have been suspicious, but for some strange reason I felt comfortable. But as soon as the door opens and someone gets inside, and close the door, start driving. So we start driving, and I'm like, who the fuck are these guys, right? I'm like, who are these guys? He goes, yo, bro, don't worry about it. We're just gonna go for a quick little ride. I'm like, bro, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm dumb? Like, you think I don't know what you're trying to do right now? I was like, I'm gonna turn facing all you guys right now, right? I'm gonna unclip my seatbelt because I don't feel comfortable. He goes, no, man, relax, man, just chill. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So I get to an intersection, right, and I jump out the car. I'm like, yo, like, I've been playing Manhunt since I was like 8 years old. No one ever caught me. I'm like, I'm out. This guy's not gonna catch me. I'm too fast, you know? So I jump and I run. He tries to actually run me over with his car, but I juked his car and went the other way. And juked his car and went the other way. This is where I made a mistake. I was running, and I'm like, all right. I make a left turn, and then I maybe should have just kept running straight, but I tried to make a turn into an alleyway, thinking the alleyway was gonna get me to the other side and I can pop a quick right or something. But I ended up running into a dead end. I ran into a dead end, and the dead end had a staircase that went up. I went up the staircase, and I tried to hide there, hoping that they didn't see me running there. And immediately, like, the guys like run up the stairs, and then one of them just screams like, I found him. I'm like, fuck. So I kind of like freaked out for a second, and my instinct was jump. So I jumped from the second floor, and that's when I sprained my ankle. And as soon as I sprained my ankle, all I'm gonna say is I couldn't run. I was in the middle of the street, and his boys just, like, you know, they did their job on me. You know, they jumped me in the middle of the street. They jump in the middle of the street, they're beating me, and then all of a sudden they're picking me up and they want to throw me back into the car. They throw me back into the car. Now, right at this moment, you have a Chase Bank across the street. You're at a busy intersection in the middle of Fort Lee. Everything was, you know, everything was seen, okay?
But there was nobody there.
There was nobody there. I was actually screaming for help, hoping somebody would call the cops, because I didn't have my phone, and it was no use. So I'm going to end it here, right? I'm going to explain to you guys that at this point of this moment, this is where assault has happened, and the fact that I was forced into the vehicle, that's where the kidnapping happened. And you know, there's the threats, the terroristic threats that was from him saying, like, come fight me, or the terroristic threats actually comes after that, where I was threatened to be hurt and, you know, death and whatever. I'm not gonna go too deep into it.
So at this point, you know, I kind of know the story, but I'm not gonna, because of respect to you and to your case, I'm not gonna get into that, because me and you have spoken about it. But at this point, he still thinks you're the scam page, correct?
Yeah. So this whole time,
after the whole ordeal,
this is why he did this to me, right?
After the violence ended, was he still advocated to thinking that you are the scam page, or he was well off and he knew that you weren't a part of it, and that's why he probably
in his head he was like, it's MJ. Like, it didn't matter if I said it wasn't me. He just, in his head, it was locked in that MJ has the scam page. So he literally did all that because he wanted to try to get my phone and try to delete the page off of my phone and everything. And he couldn't find it. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I don't have the page. Like, people keep saying that I'm running the page. I'm not gonna lie. When I got on the scam page, somebody asked the question, and this is what I said. Somebody was like, is it true you're running the scam page? I was like, listen, we're all running the scam page, okay? I was like, yeah, I'm running the scam page. He's running the scam page. Everybody who presents evidence is running the scam page, because the scam page is not anything without the victims. So every victim is running the scam page, and that's what I said. So when I said that, stop it with the cap, Sam. Huh? I see you. I see my boy throwing caps out there. This is the only cap you're gonna see. So yeah, he just in his head, he felt like I was hiding something. Even going through my phone, he thinks that I just deleted it just so he doesn't see it. So that's where he was threatening my life. He was threatening my family's life. He goes, if you don't take down this scam page, like we're gonna get you. You know, we're gonna kill you. I was like, in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, I promise, like I'll get it down. Like I'll talk to the scam page guy. I'll tell him that I got threatened. I'll get it down. I promise. You know. But in the end, after I left, you know, after that whole situation was over with, you know, I was really hurt. My head had this bump right here was as big as a baseball. I swear to you, it was as big as a baseball.
I remember talking to you in the hospital.
I had a gash on the side of my head that was like bleeding down my neck, and there's a photo of that. I didn't know. I thought maybe I could have a concussion. You know, I got home and I limped to my room, and you know, my mom noticed. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm trying to like dodge her. She goes, "No, what's wrong?" I was like, "I got jumped." And she's like, "What the hell happened? No, like, why is this happen to you? What did you do?" Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Mama," I was told, "You remember Jabata?" I was like, "It was him." And she starts freaking out, and like, my dad.
Did she or your dad reach out to the mom or the dad or Jabata's dad or Jabata's mom? Did that occur?
No.
Okay.
We didn't reach out. And obviously, first and foremost, I had to go to the hospital because I was hurt. All right, and then obviously everybody could call me a snitch or whatever you want to do, but when you're in a position like that where somebody threatens your life, and I am no gangster, okay? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I abide by the laws. If the law's broken, you have the right to sue and press charges and file a police report. I was scared for my life. The safest thing for me to do was to do a police report. I didn't know what was gonna come out of it. I didn't know like how bad it was gonna be. I didn't even realize the fact that I was kidnapped until I did the report, and they're like, "You do know that he has a first-degree felony now." I was like, "What?" It goes kidnapping. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, because he threw me back in the car. I was like, "Damn, he should have just left me in the street." If he left me in the street, it would have been okay. But because he wants to escalate the situation, he dug himself in an even deeper hole.
Did they tell you what the kidnapping charges would be as far as time in prison? Just for the kidnapping. And forget the other charges, just the kidnapping.
The kidnapping alone is a maximum, I think it's a maximum sentence of like 25 years.
Wow.
25 years, just because you threw me back into the car. It took 2 seconds to get 25.
So tell me this, Amjad. Obviously, this couldn't have been done with Jabara alone or Jay Mazini alone. He had these accomplices with him.
He had accomplices that I don't want to talk about.
Okay. So we don't. So you can tell me yes or no, but do we know that the cops got him or not yet?
I have no idea. Okay. I'm not even allowed to speak about that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, you know when I I had found out after everything. People were aware that Jabata was being investigated prior to all this. You know, there were pending lawsuits, there were pending investigations. They were building up the case. Now, when they saw, okay, everything that Jabata was doing was like money. You know, it was more of a civil case.
White collar crime.
White collar crime, yes. Now, when he did this to me, it turned into criminal. Now, when you step into criminal, it's a little bit more serious. You know, you're endangering people's lives. So that gave them the go to take him in. So they literally, I was scared for like 2 days. I was like, oh my God, this guy's gonna run off to Mexico. He's gonna take all this money, or he's gonna just disappear, and you know, he's gonna run off.
Do you think he was surprised that all this unfolded on top of his head? Do you think he was expecting that? Do you think he
No,
was
I don't.
expecting?
I feel.
The
I feel
guy
like.
that got kidnapped is
I
live
feel
with
like
this
he
guy,
thought
and
that I wasn't going to the police.
guess who's casting this?
He thought, nah, I
Mazini
scared him so
fraud.
much
That page that I
that
told
he's
you
not
that
gonna risk that.
they that hack.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but you know what the thing is? I warned him before. I was like, listen, if you want, I was like, if you want to fight man to man, 1-on-1, I'll do it. I won't press charges. Like why would I press charges if we have a mutual agreement to fight? If it comes down to it, you know, we have a mutual agreement. But if you set me up, you think I'm not gonna do anything?
Yeah.
Listen, come on. That's like logical sense. Like if you know the perpetrator and you know what happened to you, you know everything about them, you're gonna tell the police everything.
Listen, Amjad, I understand what you've gone through. I mean, I'm not gonna say I've gone through that, but I get your reasoning behind going to the police, and that is definitely the right thing to do, especially in the day that we live in and the times that we live in. We can't be going on like renegades trying to take justice within our own hands. That's why the judicial system is there, but also this could also been prevented, or it could have been escalated to a much more extremer result, where
Someone said we
MJ
got
could
6
have
9
been
in
a
the
part
building.
of
I'm done.
a bigger, stronger, no offense, Amjad's family, that wouldn't want to go to the police, and it would have been where it would have eventually ended up in bloodshed. Why?
Most
Because
likely, yeah.
why? Because the family saying that, hey, we don't control him, we don't have any say in what he does or doesn't do. We can't do nothing. Like I said, just 2 days ago, I got word from my uncle from one of his elders saying that one of the reasons why we didn't want to get involved is because he was being investigated by the FBI. So if you knew that he was being investigated by the FBI and he's such a rotten apple, why did you guys wait all this time where everybody else got scammed? You had, other than, okay, fine, halal capital, let's say it came out of nowhere, nobody could have controlled it, whatnot. How about the other 5 scams that happened after halal capital? Why didn't you guys make a public announcement against him to say, hey, this guy is a dangerous person? I'd like to also mention this little account, right? I've been reading up on Jay's notorious giveaways and foundations to the New Jersey mosques or organizations, right? There's an organization called the Palestinian American Community Center, PAC, all right? Now, there's a video that went viral from the scam page saying that he gave $35,000. Now, I know for a fact, because I did call, that money never was cashed in, because he did the same bullshit.
Close the door.
Excuse my language. Same bullshit in the masjid or in the convention that he went to. He gave it the same amount too, surprisingly, $35,000 or a little bit more, and the check never came through. Now, this is where it gets a little. This is why I don't understand. Like, people put up these titles and they can't live up to them. So on the Facebook page of this Palestinian PAC, it reads: the Palestinian American Community Center was formed in 2013 with the vision of creating Palestinian Community Center in New Jersey and for the greater New York area. The goal of the center is twofold: to help strengthen the local Palestinian American community and to provide social, cultural, educational, athletic, and recreational activities. PAC is dedicated to uniting, serving, empowering organizations that the Palestinian community in New Jersey have. The primary mission of the PAC is to promote Palestinian culture, values through art, history, social, educational services. PAC's mission to share the rich Palestinian heritage with our community and to preserve our culture for future generations. PAC is strictly a non-profit, non-political, and non-religious organization. It says it right there. You guys have the fundamentals of what I've been preaching to you guys since I've gone on live, yet you guys go against everything that you're saying that your organization is about.
And you
The leaders of this organization, or one of the leaders, and everybody already knows who he is, who heads this, or is one of the presidents of this organization, completely goes against the fundamentals of this
You should
organization.
never burn it.
So I don't
Excuse me, I'm
understand.
not just
I
a
don't
fan.
understand. Everybody knows what their heritage, culture, and what we've
I
been
didn't tell you to
preaching.
go
Why
outside.
isn't nobody implementing
What you
it?
mean?
Why?
So I
It's
don't
just
have
for
to do
word.
that?
It's just for
You
show.
say go in your mom's house?
That's all it is.
Go and make some tea at your mom's house.
And then people get angry with me or upset within the DMs and whatnot. I swear to Allah, half of the I'm not a private investigator. I'm not a detective. Half of the information that we have gotten are from people from Darij Bara,
Can you please?
from people from that family, from people from Turmus Aya. I want to also share another thing with you guys, right?
Now today you move the burner.
This shouldn't have occurred, and it's very shameful.
Return it, please put it back, man. I'm gonna give you.
But at least people in Chicago are doing their part to, rectify the issue.
10 minutes. So in 10 minutes.
There's another scam that just happened or was
Stop
just
burning
revealed
shit in
in
here.
I don't.
Because I
Chicago.
cannot breathe when you fucking burn shit. What aren't you understanding?
From
That's
people
why I
from
took it
Turmus
away.
Aya.
Because I'm like,
We
if
have-
you
I really apologize. I have to come out
on the
at you guys like this.
fucking cold. It's fucking cold.
Some
I'm
people
not
from
doing
Dar
this with you.
Oda
Goodbye.
or something like that.
Goodbye.
It's a
I
whole
don't care.
family. It's a whole series of
I don't
family.
care. I don't care. You're not
Religious.
getting
They
it back. You're not
entered
getting it back.
inside the fold
You
of
heard what I said
religion,
already.
saying that we're doing this to
You heard
benefit
what
the
I
community.
said.
Same
I said I'm not
crap
giving
that
it to you. I'm
Jay
not taking it out.
Mazini fed Nur Rabah and fed the masjid and the Muslim community.
It's not happening.
Because
I'm
why
trying to
did you
find.
burn
I'm
up the
trying to find the
kitchen?
post
Why did you
that
burn
they
up the
sent
kitchen?
me.
Why the hell does it smell
It's
so bad out there? I
unfreaking
can't even
believable.
fucking wait to go back to
Unreal.
sleep.
You're
And it's
wasting
fucking cold.
my time.
Give me a second.
Goodbye.
Please put
Go.
the burner back.
Go.
It's my fucking
Get out.
burner. You didn't
Get
pay
out.
for it.
I think the scam page posted it, but it's a community warning fraud investment.
Go
The
in the
letter,
living room. I'm doing
it's a
something.
letter that I'm guessing they're posting up everywhere in Chicago at this point. Some guy named Ihab Oda, scam artist. This is what it reads. Awad Oda, the brother of the scam artist. Musa Oda, the father of the scam artist. Mahmoud Oda, also the brother. And Suhaib Oda, another brother. If you invested, this is what it says in the letter. If you have invested with these people, say goodbye to your money. And in this letter, it reads that the masjid knew of their fraudulent, or a particular foundation knew about their fraudulent activities, and they refused to call it out. And in the course of them knowing about this situation and refusing to talk about it, other people ended up losing their money. And this is essentially what I'm trying to say. If you can solve a particular, in our religion, in our culture, if you could solve a particular thing with your hands, it is a duty. It's your civil duty to do that. Why are we, I don't get it, why we end up losing our culture just because we move away from from our parents' homeland. I mean, I was born and raised here, but alhamdulillah, my parents put these fundamental concepts in my head from day one. It's unreal how things tend to change just for their benefit. We have people from Turmus Aya here doing fraudulent activities. We have people from Turmus Aya in Chicago doing fraudulent activities. When does it stop, guys? You blame Muhammad for calling out everybody from Turmus Aya, which I didn't, and you blame people for calling out people from Darij Bara and whatnot, and it keeps going. But nobody's doing anything about it. Everybody's just worried about their family name. Yeah, akhi, worry about the people's haqq and people's money. Why don't you guys stop this? Isn't this embarrassing enough? Anonymous, what kind of questions we have? You could post it up, I think. You could pick any comment or whatnot and just post it up. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how to utilize it, but Shame, Allah, shame. Shame that people have to lose their money and to lose their wealth and to lose their livelihood. And it could all have been avoided if the community and the respected people of his elderly folk could have pointed out his wrongdoings and whatnot. Shame.
Please do not unplug my phone, please.
How are you? I understand people in the comment section always said, listen, keep the religion out of it. But I want everybody to picture this, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, God is all more merciful. It doesn't bring me joy to say, I hope that he burns in hell. But Jihad, the Jabara's brothers, and everybody affiliated with them. Jay, I want, please. I know you guys are in contact with Jay, Jabara at the prison. I want you to send him this message. You go away, you go to prison. God knows what happens, how long you survive in prison or whatnot, right? We're all gonna die. Can you only picture the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts me in front of you and says, this guy, you robbed him for money. This guy, you robbed him for money. This guy, you said this. You slandered his mom. You did this, you did that. Where are you gonna go? Allah's the most just. He can forgive sins that you've committed against him, not praying, not giving
Don't
zakat.
play my phone, I'm doing the fucking recording.
How about hukuk al-nas? And for those people that are watching from his family, Dara Jabara, you guys could have stopped this. Saying that you're not involved and whatnot, you can't do that, ya ammi. You can't do that. You have to do your utmost best to stop these people and to bring stop him and bring the money back. And this is also a message to whoever is threatening
so
or sending
after I'm
death
done with
threats
this,
to the Jabara family.
I'm gonna
Please stop. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not barbarians.
I'm gonna get my charger.
We're not people that want any harm to be done to people that didn't commit any type of crime.
I told you
so
not to
whoever is doing that, please stop. That's childish, and it's borderline making everything else worse for everybody else. So please stop.
Keep burning simple shit.
It's not healthy. We're trying to solve the problem. Whoever's sending these death threats to their family, please stop.
You would bore the family, maybe I would have to go myself. I'd be busy. I'd be busy.
Back again.
My bad, my phone died. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm on live. Oh. So I want to say something because I noticed there's like some people that there's so many people I just want to yell at in these comments, but I'm gonna act like it doesn't exist. There's a lot of people that are like they're trying to argue. They're trying to say, oh, it doesn't matter like what he did, he still did something positive and he gave back to the community. Okay. If you look at it in a sense where like you don't know where his money came from. Like the act that he's doing, it is correct that he's doing something positive. He was giving money to low-income families. He was actually changing people's lives. The money, in my opinion, I think it was real because if you really think about it, he had a lot of money, a lot of cash. So I was like, what's 10,000 to him? Here, here's 10,000. You know, enjoy. Yeah, I just need my video so I could post it online and get millions of views. You know, that was his thing. He was always paying for promo from the beginning of time. I am not capping. Office 8254, get the hell out of here. She's kind of cute though. But anyways, so yeah, he was always paying for promo, right? He was paying World Star, he was paying The Shade Room, he was paying Fat Boy, he was paying Davies, he was paying all kinds of artists. Wow. And so now in his head, he found a new way to promote himself by paying the public
Pull up on
by
him.
finding some like you would specifically target low income communities. And he did that because those were the lives that he could change the most from with $10,000. So every single time he did that, he recorded it. Every single time he did something like that, he recorded it. And every time he would do that, it would boost his fame even more. He would get. You guys are calling me a clout chaser. Jabata is the biggest clout chaser I've ever seen in my life. Like, you think I'm chasing clout? I am talking about a man who's the ultimate king of clout chasing, okay? So don't come at me saying I'm a clout chaser. I'm telling my story
Man, can you
because you
please
guys
shut up?
want to hear my story. You guys want to know the truth, right? You guys don't want to hear the story from Jay Mazini, who's going to lie and manipulate the story to make him look like he's innocent. He's going to try to say, oh, that I threatened him and that's why he did that to me, right? I never threatened him ever. I never ever threatened him. He was always mad because I was exposing him, and that's why he did what he did. But he triggered something big last year, where in the middle of a pandemic, this guy finds the weakest people, and he fed off of that weakness. He was like, hey, let me do a skit. Let me go to Checkers and give $10,000 and record this. At that moment, he looked like a savior. He's like, oh my God, this man is changing people's lives. People are losing their houses. They can't pay for food, and he's giving them $10,000. But at the end, Habibi Mo, you got somebody named Habibi Mo. He's an Arab, maybe Muslim, and he's talking hella shit. So let me guess. Jay Mazini paid you or something. He gave you, what did he give you? $100 to be on his side or something. Everybody that was in Jay's life was paid to support him. Because if Jay had no money, he has no clout. He has no relevance. He's a nobody. Because other than him having money, tell me something that's valuable about Jay Mazini. Any skill set that he has that's attractive. Maybe like he knew how to get a nice haircut. He knew how to pose in his photos and buy nice clothes and flash his Rolex in his Lambo. But without all that, what is Jay Mazini? He's a nobody. He's nothing. Okay? Get that straight in your head. He came on to Instagram and he's stunting. First he comes on acting humble. Office 8254 Chitawap. You're the little rat. Anyway, so yeah, he comes on humble. He says, oh, it's not about materialistic things. It's not about cars. It's not about fashion. It's not about jewelry. But what does he go on and do? He buys a Lambo. He buys 2 G-Wagons. He buys Rolexes. He's buying Mazini chains encrusted in diamonds. Like, is that necessary? No. He's really living the life of a scammer rapper. You know what I mean? It was only a matter of time before he dropped his album. But everybody's trying to justify the fact that because he gave out this money, he still did good for the people. But
no,
maybe he gave away like $100,000. Maybe
No. That's not what happened. What he essentially was doing was he was taking money, because this woman that reached out to me today said he took $120,000 from her, and the very next week he made that video with 50 Cent and these rappers giving the money to Burger King and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what he essentially was doing was taking money from people and giving it to somebody else. All he was trying to do, based on what he's told us, is marketing, right? Because we called him out on it as well. It's like, listen, you owe us all this money. Why aren't you just paying us from it? He goes, no. This is money from other investors, and I'm using it to basically market my brand. So it wasn't. I seen a couple of comments that said, "Oh, he's the modern day Robin Hood." Robin Hood basically stole or took money from the government and from government officials who were called nobles. If you read the story, the authentic story is he was taken from corrupt people, from the nobility class, and was giving it back to the poor. Jay Mazini is not a modern day Robin Hood. Jay Mazini, what he did is he stole from the poor and from the needy, or from the, you could say, the unintellectual in these business matters, and was giving the money away to people just other people that did just for clout.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's the ultimate clout chaser.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like he had a formula, and that's where I found like he would find something that works. He found that the fast food thing worked, right? He's like, oh wow, I got on the news. I'm getting reposted in other countries. I'm getting so much attention. So he does it again and again and again, and then he goes to Walmart, and then he gets 50 Cent. And mind you, I have confirmation. 50 Cent's manager from people close to Fabulous that Jay Mazini paid him $50,000
Wow.
to do that.
So I have a question right now that I want to answer. She's one of the young ladies are saying or is saying, why not take the issue to civil court? Why run to social media? It's obvious that you just have come on and aren't aware of what's happening. We've been running after these people since August, and we've practically done everything humanly possible to get our money back and to prevent the fadiha or the scandal from arising and whatnot, right? So we went to him and his dad. That didn't work. We tried reaching out to his main uncles. They didn't answer. We tried to reach out to prominent elder figures. They didn't help. We tried to even reach out to other people from Turmus Ayas. Shout out to Dar Saida, mashallah alaykum, you guys are the best. And they tried to help, but they didn't want to respond to Dar Saida. We just found it just kept getting bigger. This guy's scams kept getting worse and worse as we're looking. So we had no choice but to make it, because his people weren't doing it. His people weren't making it clear to everybody that he's a straight harami facade. His whole image was based on just robbing people and looking good on social media. So we attacked him on social media, and I think, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I think we did a great job in taking the money that he was taking from people. The other scam page did an amazing job trying to get people's money back, and he stopped. We kind of cornered him in that hole, and that he couldn't make money because he only knew how to make money that way, by robbing people.
This guy know him from
you want to know something? Because I known him for such a there's some people asking, who are you?
He has a shop in Park City.
Who you?
This guy.
No, there's some people that they don't know who you are.
Car something.
So this is Muhammad Ali, right? He's one of the investors. How much did you invest?
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, it's a mixture of multiple investors. See, I acted as my family, friends, co-workers, and other people's broker. So I brokered in their money, and I'm the sole responsible for it at this point, other than my money, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's a collective correlation for like 3.5 million.
Okay.
But
so Muhammad Ali was one of the investors.
I don't owe the whole 3.5 million, obviously. But
you were the initiator. You were kind of the initiator. You were the broker. You found something that could potentially make other people money, so you gathered other people along with you.
Yes.
So you're kind of responsible for that 3.5 million.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
I'm gonna man up to it. Whether I get it from Jay, from Dara Jabara, whether I get it from Huida, or I have to make it my own, I'll get it. Because that's what men do. I'm here just to give the viewers the whole story that we need to change as Arab Muslims in America. We need to bring back the culture and adat and taqaleed, everything that made us Arab, everything that was the reason behind Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choosing the Quran to descend on the Arab needs to come back. Or the good things that need to come out, our generosity, our honesty, our strength to stand up against evil and next to the truth. All those things that as Arab we were well known for family. I mean, I posted a couple of things. Family and reputation is gold, ya jama'at al-khair. And I feel bad. I feel bad that I had to come up on live. And if you guys look up my page, I just recently started posting things. Wallahi, I saw the venom behind being on social media, and I stopped. I completely deactivated everything on social media around 2015. I was dragged back into this because of this ordeal.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I don't like being on social media. I don't like talking about people, but they put me in a position where I have to. You know, I
You're
have
basically
to
like you're like the representative of.
Someone
I have
said
to. I have to.
50 Cent should
And you know what? You
return
know what's even bother? I mean, it's not bothering me.
the
I'm
50K he
happy to
got
be
to
that
the
person.
victims.
But
and
now
send
I
it to
have
the
people
victims.
reaching out to me with the other scams. They're telling me, please help us. So, you know,
Niggas
being
is
that
right
I am
now as we
the most
speak,
vocal
my guy.
person of the situation, it feels like the
He's a
responsibility of trying to get everybody's money back also falls
I hope
upon
he
me,
stays
and
in
for
jail.
the
I hope he
exposure
don't-
of this
his
also
kids
falls
don't
upon me.
live to see
That's
it.
why, remember when I called you on Monday and I found out that you had gotten jumped. What was my reaction?
Oh, you're like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why didn't you call me?
I was upset, and I just found out who you were the night prior. You know, I didn't know who you were, but it just felt like I was a part.
Don't you
I
look
caused
familiar?
that to you, or that I caused that harm to you.
Yo,
I know
how
you
can
don't
we
believe
fix the
that,
living room?
but that's what it hurt me because I'm the most vocal, and I kind of got people to be more vocal as well about it. And for somebody to get hurt that way just broke my heart.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Your voice is being muffled, Amjad.
I put myself in that situation.
Amjad, your voice is being muffled. Amjad, your voice is being muffled.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I keep putting my thumb on there. I don't know why. But
Anonymous, can you give me the next question, please?
it says, how did you fall into this scam?
That's what it's asking. I don't see the
But
question.
I see a question on there that says, how did you fall into the scam? Okay, Young
Okay.
Aladdin is asking who jumped me. Jay Mazini hired. Yeah, I want a lot of clout. Give me the clout, okay? Give me the clout. Jay Mazini hired. He hired some guys to do a job on me. So it wasn't. But I'm gonna say something. Jay, he gave me a sucker punch right on my jaw. You want to know when he hit me? He hit me after they beat the hell out of me when I was at my weakest point, where I was out of breath. I had nothing left in me. I'm literally sitting. I'm sitting, and he goes, "Yo, I told you were gonna see something. I told you not to mess with me." I was like, "Yo, listen, I'm sorry, but I did it. This is not how I wanted things to go down." And he goes, "Well, now you're gonna see something." And then he clocks his fist and he hits me as hard as he can right in the jaw. If I have the scars in a photo, I could send the proof. I'm not capping, okay? This is all real. He punches me in the jaw as hard as he can, and in his head, he's thinking he's getting the knockout punch. And he hit me. He hit me pretty hard, but he didn't knock me out. That's one. And he didn't break none of my teeth. And at the end of the day, like my point with all this is that instead of Jabata fighting me when I came to him alone, he waited till his boys beat the fuck out of me and I had nothing left in me, and then he decides that he wants to punch me in the jaw. That's a sucker. That's a coward. That's the biggest vagina I've ever seen.
Stop.
I'm sorry. Ya Rabbi, Allah forgive me for my sins. But anyways, so yeah, at the end of the day, I want to say that people say like, oh, why don't you just do a civil lawsuit? Why do you go to social media? Okay, social media is a huge is bigger than the newspaper.
So,
You know what I mean? It's
yo,
bigger than the news. Like,
they
you get
asked
your
him
news
why
from
didn't he
social
just
media.
go to,
So if you have
the,
influence, or if you have,
the news
if you want to spread a
article.
message to people, you
He
want to get
said
the word out there,
Because
you go to
social media is bigger
Okay.
than the news article.
Everybody always wants
And
to
we
post
always know that.
the happiness of their life, all the good things, right? They never want to post the bad things. They keep it hidden under the rug. I'm a little different than that. Something bad happens to me, I don't like to keep it locked in. I like to express myself and tell the people around me. You know, especially if something bad happens, you need to be able to have someone to talk to. And I gained a lot of support when I came out with my story. I even have a story with CoffeeZilla. You know, we got a YouTube video. We can't release it just yet because there's too much detail in it, just not yet. But this is a really really big story. This is the type of story that Netflix will come and sign a contract and make a documentary on this. Like, this is not. I would not waste my time over some little drama like that. That I just got jumped. Okay. At the end of the day, Jay Mazini is a celebrity, right? He became a celebrity. When you're a celebrity, there's nothing that gets thrown under the rug. You get yourself into some deep shit, it's blasted all over the internet. Memes are being made about you. You cannot stop it, okay? Now, my agenda, why do I keep going after it? Because this is something that's been, like ongoing for years. You know what I mean? And me, I always stand up for myself, okay? If somebody has a problem with me, I confront the situation. I say, what's up? What's the problem? Like, I'm not only internet. I've confronted a lot of people that have problems with in person. And you know what's the funny part? A lot of times when you have beef with somebody and you're on the internet, right? And they see each other in person, right? They say nothing, right? They look at each other from a distance and they grill each other. That's not what I do. I approach you. I be like, what's up, man? So you had something to say online? You got something to say in person? You cool? You still got problems with me? What's the deal? That's the type of person I am. Yeah, I'll come on the internet and I'll talk my shit. But if I see you in person, I'm coming up to you and I'm going to talk to you. Because I'm not only about this internet, I will approach the situation in real life too. But I never escalate it to violence.
Khair, inshallah.
At the end of the day, we are.
I feel I'm getting messages from text messages saying to tell you to shut up because you're gonna mess up your case. So I want you to get.
I'm talking about how I deal with situations.
I know, relax, but I want you to save everything for the court case. I don't want you to, potentially mess up anything. I'm going to be giving you a call after this live because I want to talk to you about something. Thank you for being on. Thank you for answering these questions. And, I hope the light is, mashallah, you look like you're good anyway. The light is already there, mashallah. But
I'm good to that, brother. I'm healed. I'm healed. I got my peace of mind. But at the end of the day, there's always a threat. When stuff like this happens to you, you have to make the right decisions, the wise decisions, protect yourself, because at the end of the day, these life-threatening situations. So yes, thanks guys for having me here.
Thank you.
It's the first time I came on to talk about the story. Obviously I could talk about hours because there's so much stuff to this story, but I try to keep it as brief as possible. I could go for 6 hours if I wanted to tell you guys everything, but I'm not gonna.
No.
Just wait for the movie, The Rise and Fall of Mazini. I will be acting as the main character. When you guys see that, you'll get to listen.
Bye. Salam. Habibi.
All right. Peace, guys. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye.
Here's the last cap for you.
So here you guys have it with Amjad and his story about getting kidnapped. Obviously, he can't keep, talking about it because he needs to keep, things in the court. Let's answer some questions. If we have any other viewers that want to come on live and ask any questions, and we'll wrap this up shortly after. Salam for everyone. Money is not rooted. Yeah, you're right. We should have invested in ourselves. I 100% agree with you, and we should have invested in things that we understand. But that's the essential problem we didn't understand, and it was really rooted into us that this guy was the real deal. He fooled us, and he's fooled everybody else. Inshallah khair, man. Inshallah khair. It's a lesson learned to everybody, to us, and to other investors that you're 100% right. Just invest in yourself. What did the jewelry store have to do with this? I don't think I mentioned the jewelry store since I've gone on this live. And out of respect to my elder, who told me not to. For the time being, I'm gonna keep him out of it for now. For now. Muhammad, was your 3.5 with your profit or just the investment? Just the investment. The 3.5 was just the initial investment. That's not what was promised as far as returns. Next question. Thank you, Habibi Mo. Thank you for your support, man. You've been saying amazing things since you got on here. Rather than addressing the problem. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. How much time is Jay expected to face? We don't know yet. That's what the April 22nd court case, I think, or many to come, honestly. The whole court case is to address his Bitcoin scam with the feds and the fact that he kidnapped MJ.
Damn. Kidnapped.
When did he steal the money?
Kidnapped, attempted murder.
When did we realize that this money is going to be stolen, or because we were under the impression that it was being invested into product, and that was in August. That's when we figured out that the money is not coming back. This guy is just running a sham and whatnot, and he's nothing but fake and facade.
Yeah, deleted. He ain't getting it back.
Next question.
First of all, these people hacked into his account.
What about his wife and baby?
And
Inshallah, they stay protected.
That he's a scammer.
This shouldn't affect women and young children. It's just a shame that he's going to have to grow up knowing that that's the type of thing that his dad did. And inshallah, you never know. Inshallah, Allah veils that away from him. Always veils the child away from his father's mistakes.
That's not the best scam I ever freaking.
And he grows up to be healthy, strong, and inshallah, Allah gives him the sense of what a real family and community and whatnot should do, rather than fall in the footsteps of Jay Mazini. Go ahead, next question.
You try to look for his page is not even a factor.
Was everything he did a scam or just the cars and raffles? Honestly, man, it's just looking like everything he did was a scam. It just, that's all he understood. I think he got off on it. I think he made it very clear that that's all he understood. Do I think that at one point he was using this type of scams just to boost up his image and put him on a particular pedestal where he is making that amount of money and possibly pay people back? Maybe. I'm not sure. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. Next question. Have you heard anything from his family since his arrest? Yes, somebody from his family reached out and had nothing to say other than don't mention my name in the lives. Disgraceful. And said he was going to sue me for defamation. Like I have money. Go ahead, sue me. Once I collect from Jay, you can take it from there. Well, yeah. Why the people didn't report it in the time they got robbed? It's not that easy, man. We kept falling for his little stupid facade. That he was going to bring the money back, and his father was there, and he said yes, he is going to pay the money back. His brother, we sat down we never sat down with the immediate, like the outpost family. It was always either me, him, and his dad, or me, his partner, him, and his dad. That's it. We never actually got a proper sit down to disclose money and when we're going to get paid. They always avoided that sit down. May I ask something? Would you take money from Mazid and give it to Jay if it's not ours? I don't understand her question. If she can rephrase it,
Mazini,
or if she can DM me,
damn,
I'll be more than happy to answer it. What else? Are you anonymous? No, I'm not. I'm not. I told her, watching him. No, I was an investor, and he would say that this particular deal requires X amount of dollars.
Wow.
You know, I need for this particular deal, I need, for example, I don't know, 900,000. I don't have that money, so I would go and give that business plan or that business model to my friends, family, co-workers, and whatnot, and they'd give me money, and that's how that worked. Well, whether it takes years to come back, whether the money takes forever to come back or whatnot, it needs to come back. Again, I'm a man. I'm not gonna wait for his ass to pay, but it needs to come back one way or the other. And good night, guys. I guess the scam page is calling it a night. Assalamu alaikum. And your brother Muhammad Ali Musa with you guys, and more to come. And Jay's court case and whatnot, and more people are going to get exposed. More people, a lot more people. Just stay tuned, and thank you so much. And just so you know,